Blighty Boxing with Frank Warren and Queensbury. It's like old times.
Yes.
Joined by the old beast from the east, from the early days. Mr. Anthony Yarde, how are you, sir?
I'm actually very good, man. How are you?
Yeah, all right. Deep and meaningful question for you to start off with. Would it be fair to say that over the last period of time, you've had an emotional and spiritual reboot? You've been doing a lot of thinking, haven't you?
I've tried to stop thinking, actually, if I'm being honest. Not stop thinking, but,
Empty your head a bit.
Yeah, just clear my mind.
Unclutter it. Yeah.
That's it. And then just get back to work. Because, again, life goes on. And, again, the main goal is to remain focused. That's literally the main goal. For me, it's just staying focused.
You're in a good place now.
Say that again?
You're in a good place now.
Yeah, you know what, for me it's about getting back to the position I was in before and then surpassing it.
I mean, I was said to your man Tunde earlier, I sort of said, over a long period of time, you've had people like me telling you you're pretty much invincible. You've been going in the ring, flattening people, probably feeling invincible, and then you have one setback and two setbacks, and then you've got to kind of reconcile all this, and it's a lot to sort of adjust to, isn't it?
It's just a game of boxing, man.
It is, yeah. But it plays with your mind, doesn't it?
It can do, but it's just, if you look through the history of boxing, it happens time and time again. Some people bounce back from it, some people don't. For me, it's just about staying focused and being the best person I can be, accomplishing the most I can and living up to my potential.
There was something that struck me in an interview you did post the Lyndon fight. I think it might have even been on your own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And you said, but you have to come to terms with the fact that we, the public and the judges, are not programmed to see you winning on points.
Yeah, exactly.
But you were convinced in your own mind, but you have to go back to beast mode.
Yeah.
To get that, to take it out of judges' hands, because judges not used to seeing you boxing, and they're not giving you credit for it.
And that's what it is. It's like, it's perception.
Yeah. We're programmed to you being the beast.
At the end of the fight, if you saw, I put my hands up, but I was like, I kind of played into the narrative of can he go 12 rounds and all them kind of things, and during that time, again, when people speak about what I went through that year, my mind, I was focused, but I wasn't, it's like it was a little glaze. So even when I was in the fight, I just felt so comfortable. So it's like
too comfortable,
if that makes sense. And because of the reception I was getting from my corner, how I felt, I just felt it was all comfortable. But then again, I'm an honest person. When I watched it back, I said, I can see the perception. Again, when Dev came in the change room and he said, I thought it was close, it could have went either way. At the time I was like, what's everyone seeing? What? And I asked my coach, they said, I'm obviously seeing what you're seeing and what the other judge was seeing. The judge had it very wide to me. And then the other two judges gave it to him by 1 point. So sometimes it's perspectives. What side of the ring you watch it from? And I know this because there's a video on YouTube of when Floyd fought Canelo. There's one angle where it's like close, or and there's another TV angle, and you watch them. It's like two separate fights. So that's what I'm saying. Depending on where the judge is sitting, where the camera's placed.
Well, you must have seen it yourself. You watch a fight at ringside. And you think one thing,
when
you go home and watch it on telly.
That happened to me when I watched the Dylan White-Chisora first fight.
Yeah.
When I was there, I was like, okay. When I watched it on TV, I was like, am I watching a different fight? I had to click on it and say I wasn't, see if I wasn't watching so it's just, it's
The thing is with you, in beast mode as you called it, there can't be many fighters in the world who could live with you in full flow. So I mean, was it a conscious decision to try and ease through the gears a little bit and try and show a bit of boxing?
You know what, again, it's a mistake I won't make again. I'm not going to be reckless and things like that, but even in the way I'm training now, I've gone back to some of my old ways, and everyone can do all the talking in the world. You still got to go out there and perform. You still got to go out there and get the job done and put in a performance. So that's what I'm looking to do.
I mean, you think the last round or last couple of rounds even, I mean, that was more you coming out there, wasn't it? But just a little bit too late.
A little bit too late, and I just thought, you know what? When I was in the fight, that was more for me like a little stamp. I was like, I want to get the knockout. I've boxed now, it's the 12th round. Let me go out there and put on a show. Let me go and try and get the knockout. I was confident I won the fight, but again, it's perception. So again, I can't complain that they gave it to him, and I've learnt my lesson.
But beast mode's coming back.
It's back already.
I mean, no one's going to complain about seeing that. We enjoyed it, didn't we? So it was a great run. It was exciting. You've added a voice of reason and experience to the team.
Yes.
How's that been with Mr. James Cook?
James Cook, JC. He's just been a breath of fresh air in terms of like the little things he sees, and he don't overdo it. He literally sometimes he comes to the session, he don't say nothing.
Yeah.
And he'll watch you be like, yeah.
Sometimes less is more.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, I've got a good session. You lot are training hard. Beautiful. Or sometimes you watch like a spar and he'll say, it's beautiful. And then sometimes he'll say, you keep doing this. And I'll be like, yeah, I noticed that. Tunde as well. Don't think that Tunde ain't learned from these mistakes. He's there telling me about different things and telling me to focus on doing certain things. So again, it's all coming together.
I had a long chat with Tunde and he's openly admitted, but he needed to reel it in a bit.
Yeah.
You know, he went too far. You know, some of the more outlandish stuff, because people, as I said to him, people save it for later, don't they?
Yeah, and they bank on that. Yeah. You know, they thrive on that. Let's see if we can ruffle Tunde's feathers. Let's see if we can get him to say something.
And he would bite quite easily, wouldn't he? So
easily. So easy.
But you've just sort of recalibrated the setup, really, haven't you? And I like the fact, but you're your own man, and you're not going to be influenced by people saying you need to do this, you need to do that. You're not going anywhere unless you do that. Yeah. You just step back and analyze, done what's right for you in your own mind. You know,
99.9% of the people saying these things are just people that have never been in the ring before. Or people that are just watching a fight saying, oh yeah, this didn't go your way, so you need to change. They forget the whole journey.
There are relationships. It's like you said, it's not just loyalty, it's relationships and everything else.
Always.
And like you talk about a journey and everything else, you don't just discard people along the way, do you?
That's
I know people say it's one career, it's your career, but there's a way you want to do it, you know.
Exactly, and it is one career.
It's going to mean a lot more, isn't it?
It means a lot more, and it is one career, and I want to do it the way I want to do it. Everyone said to Canelo to leave his trainer after the Floyd fight. I saw him, he done an interview on Hot Boxing, Mike Tyson's page, and it was a breath of fresh air to hear. Because when I heard him talking about not leaving his trainer and what everyone told him to do, etc., and that it motivated him and he knew what he needed to change, I felt a very similar way. And there's been so many other fighters, big fighters that got told leave your trainer. It's not working. It becomes
fashionable, doesn't it?
It becomes fashionable, and it's not that I'm against anybody that's left their trainer or anything like that.
What's right for one isn't necessarily right for.
So it's like I don't judge anybody. I don't judge nobody. If you do things your way, I'm like I wish you all the best in it. I hope it works out for you. And then within me, I feel like it's almost like if you're in a relationship with a girl, yeah.
Are you?
No, right now I'm seeing somebody, but it's not official. Anyway, let's not talk about that. But in terms of the journey, yeah. So you meet a girl before you even start boxing, or when you're not at that level yet. That growth together, it's almost better. Like, I know the reason you're here, and it's good. You meet a girl when you're at the top, you're always doing that side eye. It's not the same. She's come on the journey when you've accomplished. The girl that's been there, seen the little struggle parts and stayed and that's gone through it with you, it's a better feeling. That's just me. And the same thing with the coaches and trainers. When I get to that stage, you're gonna see a lot of tears going on because of the journey.
30 now, isn't it?
Huh?
30 now.
I'm not 30 yet. Don't rush me. Don't rush me.
You sure?
No, I'm 30 in August.
August.
Yeah, so it's coming up.
Oh, big milestone.
month and a bit.
Oh boy.
I feel good, you know. No,
You look all right. Well, we're going to have to talk about July 10.
Yeah.
Eminatra, unbeaten guy. You know, you were there once.
Yes.
It's an opportunity for him, so you've got to be on your... It's not a gimme, is it? You know.
It's not, and I wouldn't ever take a fight like that. I would never look at a fight and be like, it's easy, I'm just looking for the next thing. If you see me from the beginning of my career, one fight at a time.
Right at the beginning. First on at Wembley, last on at Harrow.
Yeah.
You know, remember those days?
Exactly, so that's what I'm saying. You
haven't always been the poster boy, have you?
I haven't always been a poster boy. It came with a lot of hard work, a lot of great performances. And that's what I have to keep in mind all the time. Never to look at anything. You know, I'm coming off, again, on paper, I'm coming off with a loss. So I'm definitely motivated to put in a fantastic performance.
Anthony, we look forward to seeing the revival of Beast Mode on July 10th. It's been great catching up with you again, pal.
Thank you, man. Good to see you again as always.
And you, buddy. We'll see you soon.
Love my brother.
Take care,
Thank
mate.
you.